In today's video, I'm going to show you why the bottom might not be in here for the pound and why a lot of traders might be getting themselves caught offside this week. I don't typically make 2 videos in a day, guys, but I wanted to put out a second video here talking about the pound GBPUSD just because of what we're seeing out there right now and also what I've said for the past few days. If you guys have seen recent videos, what I've been saying is be really careful trying to buy things like the euro and the pound thinking that this right here is a bottom. And typically, this would look like a bottom, right? You get the market coming down here, testing a key support level, falling below lows like this, sweeping that liquidity, and then closing back above. But the thing here with the pound and the same thing with the euro, and I've talked about this in recent videos, but you can see on the weekly time frame, this is what's critical. Last week closed below this 124.85 level. So because last week closed below, it's going to take a weekly close above here in order to confirm this as a bottom. Because if you're looking at this price action right here, and you're looking at these key levels right back here, this weekly close last week, and this week's price action so far, does this look bullish to you? And it shouldn't, because right now, again, we have the market holding below this level here on a weekly closing basis. And that weekly closing basis part, guys, is what's critical here. Because on the daily, we saw the market close above this key level on Monday, right? But like I've said with the euro, you've got to be careful here because the weekly is holding below this level. And furthermore, I also want to point out too, something we've talked about for weeks. And that is, if you look back here off of this low right back here in late 2022, there is a trend line here that we have talked about for a very long time. And so far, this is serving as resistance. So we talked about this a lot in November and December. And what you'll notice here, okay, when I get this situated, you can see that we've got these lows back here, okay, and the pound recently closed the week below it. Notice even what happened through here over the past few weeks, over the holidays. What you'll see here is that the pound tried desperately through here to hold above it. Last week closed below. Now look at this week's high so far. Came right into that level. And again, guys, this is the benefit of being in the VIP group in Discord because we talk about this stuff in real time. I've been telling VIP members to be careful with longing things like the euro and the pound, and this is exactly why. So, again, if you want to join us in VIP, guys, check out the link in the description of this video for 85% off lifetime access. If you're on the website, click on that join VIP link. So the bottom line here, guys, for the pound, it's really simple. I mean, the market is holding below this critical trend line here. We also have it holding below 1.2485, these lows right back here on a weekly closing basis. And so far, you can see here on the daily that it is starting to fail a little bit. It was bouncing from this level before, and now the pound is starting to struggle. Buyers are struggling to hold the market above this. So you can even see it here on the hourly, right? Notice how this right here is your pivot, right through here. The daily closed above, it's held above it, and now it's starting to struggle. Okay, so if we get a daily close and especially a weekly close below, then this breakdown is very much intact, as is this downtrend, this recent downtrend that we've seen since October. So keep all of this in mind, guys. This, in my opinion, is not the time to be buying the pound. I've seen a lot of comments out there on YouTube talking about, people are buying this, people are buying the euro, thinking this is the bottom. And so far, there is no indication that this is the bottom. Lower highs, lower lows, the market is holding below this 2022 trend line. And it's also holding below 1.2485 on a weekly closing basis. This could be the bottom. Okay, it might be, but we have to see more from buyers here to make that determination. And we can say the same thing here for the DXY, or essentially the inverse of that. What I've said all week so far, in the weekly forecast as well, and again on Monday following this pullback, right? What I've said is this is not enough to confirm a reversal. And so far, this was just a pullback down here into 108 support. And so far, you can see today is bouncing nicely from that area. So I think if the DXY were to close, like I said recently with the euro forecast, if the DXY were to close back above these highs right back here, right, closing the day back above here, I think would start to look more bullish toward 109.50. And as I've said recently as well, if you look at here at the weekly, this, in my opinion, is where the DXY is likely headed. So we did see it fill this imbalance back here at 109.50. However, you still have the top of this channel up around 110.50 that could come into play here later this month. So when you consider things like this, And you look at the pound, guys. Again, I don't think that the bottom is in just yet for the euro and the pound. There is not enough information out there to make that determination. And so far, the market still looks pretty bearish. So hopefully that helps some of you guys out there. I wanted to make a second video just because this is critically important for you guys. I don't want to see you guys getting on the wrong side of these markets and just guessing that this is the bottom, because again, right now, this is the critical takeaway. Right now, the pound is holding below this area on a weekly closing basis. And furthermore, lastly, we do have a lot of event risk coming up this week, including US ADP employment figures. We also have FOMC minutes and also Friday's NFP. So a lot of data coming out this week, but so far, guys, technically speaking, there is no bottom here for the pound. Subscribe to the channel and click the bell for notifications. Don't forget to join us in VIP, claim your 85% off lifetime access. See the link in the description of this video, or if you're on the website, click on that join VIP link. I will see you on the inside. Trade well out there. Be careful with this week's events, and I will talk to you again tomorrow.